Sound. Check, check. Audio's good. Okay. All right. Guys, welcome to week 4 of the internship. Today. Rewind. Hey guys, welcome to week 4 of the internship. Today we're going to be talking about how do you plan and pull off events for kids. And really we're just going to be talking about event planning. And it really doesn't matter what ministry you end up in, whether it's kid life or whether it's adult ministry, events just play a huge part. Now we don't count on events to pull things off. We count on people and people connecting with people to really deliver the gospel, to see lives changed. But events play a huge role in moving that process along. And so we want to help to equip you to be great event planners, to make sure that they happen well, and also that the people aspect is there. And you'll see, because I've already recorded the second message, how important people are. Now here's the deal. I'm up at the church. I have 16 minutes until the prayer and worship night starts. And so we're just going to do a real quick run through, kind of a little mini word study of the word plan in the Bible. I want you to see just how this idea of planning, especially in Proverbs, how important, because Proverbs is basically the wisdom of a father passed down to his son about how to live a successful life. And so you'll see that as you dig into Proverbs, you'll see a lot of topics, but planning is in there tons. And wisdom is there if we'll receive it. And so I just want to give you a few ideas about planning from the book of Proverbs. But first, my favorite talk that I've ever given on planning was called Poop or Treasure. Poop or Treasure. And it kind of started like this: not managing your time well, because that's what I was talking about time management. But when we talk about planning events, it's comparable, because a lot of the same principles that I'm going to give you here about planning were the same principles that I gave about time management. And so I talked about how not planning an event, but just letting an event happen. It's a lot like checking a dirty diaper. Now, there's all kinds of ways to check a dirty diaper. You know, there's the lift and smell. These are the new parents. They'll pick it up and kind of smell. There's the peek method, where you kind of look through and you try to see if there's any poopy in there. And then I was shocked to discover this. I've never personally used this method, but there is actually the dipstick method, where you actually take your finger and stick it down in there and see what you find. Now, I would never choose the dipstick method because I'm not sure what I'm going to find down there, but literally the best thing that I can find whenever I use the dipstick method is nothing. But chances are I'm going to find more than nothing. I'm going to find poop. And I don't want to find poop with my finger. But here's the deal about not planning. Here's the deal about not managing your time. Chances are you're going to find poop. If you don't plan an event well, chances are you're going to find poop. Proverbs 21:5 says this. It says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." Now let's talk about that last half of the verse. Remember, we learned this. This is, again, Hebrew poetry is meant to inform. And so this is an opposite couplet. So on the backside it says, haste leads to poverty. Now haste is doing things, but haste is doing things without thinking about them. Haste is doing things without a plan. And the Bible's clear. Haste leads to poverty. Again, if you don't plan, the best you can find is nothing, and chances are you're going to find a whole lot of poop. Okay, so that's the second half of the verse. The other half of the verse has two parts. The plans of the diligent. Okay, so what we mean by that is plans. Yes, we want to think, we want to plan, but we also then want to work our plan. We want to be diligent in pulling it off. And if we'll have those two pieces, the plans of the diligent, they lead to profit. They lead to success. They lead to good things. And so we want to plan well, and then we want to work our plan well. Again, but here's something else that the Bible says about plans. Proverbs 15:22 says this: "Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed." So when we go into planning, and we're going to talk about this practically whenever we get to the second half